Hello yogis, my name is Daniel Cumming, aka the Yogi Bunny. So this month we're focusing on Garudasana, eagle pose. Now in order to save time during the actual flow in the class, I'm going to explain a few things now and a few variations that you can take throughout the class. I can explain it now, that way I don't need to take as much time during the actual class, and it'll make more sense if you watch this video first. So some of the variations will use things like bolsters or blocks or straps. In the actual video, I won't use any of that. I try to keep the classes as accessible to anyone, especially if you're traveling or you just want to do it on the fly. But there are some extra options in there that I might say you can take a reclined lizard pose on your back, which would use a strap, or for the hamstring stretch as well. So the first variation and option we'll do is, because we're working with eagle pose and it can be difficult for some to be able to find that bind with the arms if they haven't done it before. The first variation, if you just want to do the actual full class without using the arms, you can just put the palms together, or you can do a little bit of a hug for the chest. So this hug is really good, even just practicing if you've got some spare time. You can just take this little hug and this will start to open up, and try to get your hands across as much as possible. So eventually this can eventually lead to this bind. But getting the strength here, it's not just grabbing and holding on, trying to push across. This will get that strength that you need to build up towards that. So the next option will be back to the hands together. So I explained that in the part 1 of the class, and you can do that. So this will start to get the strength of pulling together as well. So that will help you. Now, as far as the reclined lizard pose, what we want to do here is just basically lizard pose on your back, and it's a good opener for working your way towards this binding of the legs. We would place the strap around the ball of the foot, so just underneath the toes. And then as we lift up through the heel, we begin to stack the heel above the knee as much as we can. So we're drawing that knee down towards the armpit while trying to stack on top as well. That opposite leg can shuffle out a little bit, so it can either be flat or it can be bent. And we're trying to find that balance there and that bit of an opening. So everybody's hip's different, but we want to imagine that something's placed on that top of that foot that we can balance there. The reclined hamstring stretch will be this. So grounding down through the tailbone, grounding down through the hips, pressing that heel up towards the ceiling and not forcing that grip down. We can walk our hands up without raising our shoulders too far off, and just have, I like to say, find that edge and back off about 20% or so. Yeah. So at any of the forward folds or anything, if you can't reach the ground, it's good to have a block, maybe in the standing splits position. And a bolster is always nice. So for Shavasana, you can have it underneath the knees, you can lie back onto it. It's also good in any of these forward folds that we're doing, just to have rested there. So if you don't have those, it's fine. We're not going to be using in the actual class, but I just wanted to explain what the actual variations meant when we take them throughout the class. So as always, if you have any questions, feel free to email me, daniel@fireandiceyoga.com.au, or you can just leave a comment on this video. I'm always happy to reply. I'm always happy to hear from my yogis. So until next time, namaste.